All right, welcome to another episode of Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. I am your host. Let me go over the rules for the rule breakers on Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. We don't talk politics, man. I don't give a fat rat's butt what the Democrats are doing, nor do I care what the Republicans are doing. We don't talk race relation, or do we talk sexual orientation. All are welcome to attend and be a guest on the show. Because if you are a friend of football, you are a friend of mine. Now, normally I am rocking the standard uniform, which is usually augmented by the official NFL hat with the official NFL logo that tells all parties that I am as neutral as Switzerland. And I'm still rocking the cool beard. But as you can see, in honor of my Commanders Redskin football team advancement to the playoffs, I am rocking a new Jaden Daniels number 5 shirt. Man, it is nice and sweet and tight and all that good stuff. Because for me, this is my way of saying it is time to make the transition from the old school to the new school. Now, it doesn't mean that I will stop being a Redskin fan, because I will forever be a Redskin fan, man. I embrace the feathers. Cut me, I bleed nothing but feathers. But I remember earlier when we were talking about name change, and because, we have a divided family between Redskins and Commanders and football team. I said, hey, look, if you are winning, we don't care what you call yourself. If you're winning, I guarantee you, everybody, at least 3/4 of the fandom will be with you. The other 25%, man, they either got to get on the bandwagon or, we'll work on that. Now, my Redskin Commanders, we are in the playoffs. We have the 6th seed, and now look, let me say this. Although we are 6th seed, and we will probably play either the Rams or, hell, I don't know. But I know one thing. We won't be playing the Eagles. Now, look, we ain't afraid of the Eagles. But, it's hard to play a team in your division. And I'll be honest, I wanted to maybe play somebody else just to get a different flavor, because when you're in the same division, whether it's the Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, we all play each other to the death. That's why I wasn't surprised, although we won today against the dreaded Cowboys, the dreaded hateful Cowboys. I wasn't surprised that it was a tight game, because that's just the nature of the beast. When you get those teams in the NFC East playing each other, it is what it is, man. It's just like playing against your best friend or your brother, man. We're gonna always go all out. We always go all out, and I think just watching the game, I and that's just my own opinion, but it looks to me like we were trying to win the game without exposing our starters as much as possible, if that makes sense. And then again, you had the Cowboys who were playing free and loose. They wasn't going to the playoffs, and sometimes. Hey, it's fun being the spoiler. So I guarantee you, they were out to be party crashers. But we did manage to win that victory. And so far, all the teams are in the playoffs. We know who's going to play. The only game that has some significance is the Vikings against the Motor City Kitties, and they're going to be kicking off here probably in another 15, 20 minutes. And that's just to determine who's going to be first place in the NFC North, I believe that's if I'm correct. And so that is going to be a good game. Nobody's going to pack it in, because here we're going to have two teams that's going to be playing for all the marbles, So that in itself is going to be a really, really good game. So I'm looking forward to that game. Trust me, I am. Really looking forward to that game. Hold on, we got a caller coming in. Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr.
Who that?
Hey, Jay in Grand Prairie. Wee, Jay. Jay, first of all, big ups to the Who Dat Nation, because let me say this. You guys didn't win today, but you know what? Y'all played a good game. The Saints
Yeah.
went out on their sword, if they say in in Viking land. They went out on their sword. They had the lead, and I actually thought that they were going to throw a monkey wrench into the whole NFC playoff, the whole playoffs, because if the Saints had beaten the the Buccaneers, followed by a win by the Falcons, then the Falcons would have been in the playoffs, and the Bucks would have been out. So that was the only real position that was up for grabs. But you guys came out playing hard, and if it came down to just the second half, but what say ye?
I think it was a good game too. I mean, we did what we were supposed to do. Rattle looked good, and I ready for next season. So
Yeah,
I ain't mad.
yeah. I got you. Now, question: are you in favor of keeping the same, letting your interim be the head coach next year, or a new coach all
I
around?
I like, I like our interim coach. I think he's a good one.
Now, of course, your opinion just like mine. Don't be nothing, cause we not writing checks, man. We not writing them checks, Jay. Um, I think next year. I don't know where you guys are gonna fall in the draft pick. I'm sure you guys will get a high draft pick, but I think next year, if y'all could figure out something as far as with your quarterback, I don't know if it's gonna be Ratliff. No, I'm sorry, it's gonna be Rattler. He looked pretty good. Now, like I said, I'm not part of the team, so I don't know how that's gonna go. Are y'all gonna try to get a veteran quarterback that's out there? Y'all gonna roll with him? But I know the biggest problem with the Saints this year, Jay, is that y'all had so many injuries.
Yeah, we did. Plus our quarterback.
Yeah, I take it you still not happy with the new car that y'all got.
Nah, he ain't new.
So Jay, did you get a chance to watch any other games?
Yeah, I saw that book. I saw the who is he? Oh, I saw the Cowboy game.
Now I know, just like with me, being a Cowboy fan is not even on your birth certificate. You just cannot be a Cowboy fan, just like I can,
No.
So yeah, they played my Commanders, and you know what? As I when I came on, I was saying that just looking at the game, it was kind of stressful for me because I'm a fan first, podcaster second, fan first. But I think just watching, it seemed to me like we were trying to the Commanders were trying to win the game without exposing Jaden Daniels to as much hitting, without him playing too hard, because I think they didn't really want to run the risk of him getting injured for next week, because we were already in the playoffs. It was just a matter of playing for either seventh place or six, and that made a difference because if we six, we get to avoid the Eagles. Now we ain't scared of the Eagles, but it is what it is.
I mean, that's smart. Don't get your quarterback hurt.
Because especially when we were playing those Cowboys, they didn't have nothing to lose. They were trying to play spoiler as usual, party crashers, and I can just tell that Jaden took a few. I can just tell based on the play calling that they really wasn't. They were playing kind of conservative. But the problem I had though is that, and I think the goal was to get up a big lead on the Cowboys and then pull Jaden and let some of the other guys play. But I just kept seeing guys drop open touchdowns, open passes.
Yeah, ball after ball.
Yes, I was like, man, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, we had this one receiver, Zacchaeus. He was so open, the guy probably could have just came to a stop, turned around, and just caught the ball. I don't know what he was doing. It was just an open touchdown. Nobody was within 30 yards of him, and the guy just like dropped,
Couldn't catch.
just couldn't catch it. Terry McLaurin, he was dropping short touchdowns. I was like, come on, Terrible T, what are we doing? But we pulled Jaden at the start of the second half. We brought in Marcus Mariota. he proved that he played some good football. He's worthy as far as a good backup, and I'm glad to have him. That lets us know that if something happens to Jaden, we won't just be totally lost at the quarterback position. So we have a pretty good backup.
Yeah, he looked good.
And then again, see now I don't know where you fall in this thing because it really came down to the Buccaneers or the Dirty Birds as far as getting that last playoff slot in you
I
all.
cheered for the Buccaneers before I would have Dirty Birds.
Huh?
I said I cheered for the Buccaneers before I would Dirty Birds.
I see. I kind of want to see them Dirty Birds in there because I want to see a little bit more of Michael Penix Jr. I want to see a little bit more of him, but then again, you know, but hey, like I said, man, it's the playoffs. And one thing I like about the playoffs, and I know this gonna sound bad to you, but one thing I do like about the playoffs is that the referees have tendencies to let the defense do a little bit more grabbing, a little bit more holding, a little bit more whatever, and they're not gonna make those ticky tack calls. The reason I'm saying that because I know as a Saint fan, you remember the great train robbery that took place.
Yeah, I was so sick of that I had to call in work the next day.
I know you still remember the great train robbery when you all got robbed, all because it was obvious that was pass interference, man. The guy could have pulled,
Yeah, it was.
he could have pulled the receiver's arm out of the socket and beat him with it. It's like they ain't called
They
nothing.
still didn't call it.
No call. So that's what I like about the playoffs per se is that they got tendencies to let the defense play a little bit more physical, and that way, you don't have these ticky tack calls, and so that it makes it a little bit more interesting. So I'm hoping that they continue to play like that.
Yeah.
But I tell you that's gonna be a good one though, Jay. And I'm even though I'm gonna do a full show tonight. For the last couple of weeks, we've been doing a modified show, but tonight we're going to full 1 hour. But as soon as I'm done with the show, we're gonna check out the Motor City Kitties and the Detroit. And see, look, I love the Detroit Lions, and if my Commanders don't, we don't go that far in the playoffs, then I would love to see the Detroit Lions get to the Super Bowl, man, because they are an exciting team.
Yeah, they are. It's gonna be a good game.
They go 4-on-4. The coach there's no
They
telling.
do. I like it.
There's no telling what kind of play the coach is gonna call. So I mean, they ride or die. If you have to say any team is ride or die, it is the Motor City Kitties, man, because they are exciting. But as far as with the playoffs though, I look like we got everybody that's in there that's going to be in there, Jay. But you know what? I'm looking forward to next year with the Who Dat Nation. I think you guys got some. I think y'all guys got the beginning foundation of a good football team. I kind of think that they're probably gonna go with a different coach. I don't know,
Getting the quarterback.
Well, and see, that's what I don't understand now. I don't know if y'all gonna go, but there's not a lot of good quarterbacks out there. Not a lot of good veteran quarterbacks out there that y'all could pick. As far as any big names out there, I'm sure you guys don't want Aaron Rodgers. Nobody wants him. So it's like, who's out there? My man would probably be available, but I don't know if you all would want him. From the Steelers, Russ might be, because I'm sure they got to make a decision between him and Fields. So
Yeah.
and then again,
Y'all give us,
huh?
y'all give us Fields. I take Fields.
Well, like I said, the Steelers, one of them is going to come available though. Either they're going to sign Russ to some more money, or they're going to, but somebody will be available. So it's going to be interesting, though. But, hey, Jay, get you one last word in for the Who Dat Nation.
Who that said they going to beat them Saints?
All right, Jay and Grand Prairie, thank you for calling.
All right.
All right, let's see what we got here. Sports therapy with F.A. Jr.
FH Jr. is the Ravens extraordinaire, baby. Brandon Cooper. What's up, man? What's up?
Oh, brother Coop, today was a heart attack game, but as I tell people, boy, raggedy ride will always be the smooth walk, brother.
Hey, man, salute to Marcus Mariota. Hey, from one Heisman
Woo!
Trophy winner to the other. You know what I'm saying?
Woo! Woo! Well, my man earned that money, boy. He earned
Hey,
that
man,
money.
look, man, what you know about the roster bonus?
Oh man, you know how that go.
Man, salute, man. Y'all had a good season. Hey, man, and this is where you got to make the money now, bruh.
I,
And
I,
it was a hell of a Sunday. Hey, also, I want to say a big shout out. Mike Evans got over 1,000 yards. He's tied with Jerry Rice for 11 straight, their first 11 seasons of 1,000 yards. Salute to that, bro.
Mike Evans, brother, Mike Evans, and and the thing about it is that he has been quietly climbing that ladder and catching up with some of these veteran names. He's in rare air right about now. You know what I'm saying? You can start to put his name
Yeah,
up there with some of the Jerry Rices and you know what I'm saying?
man,
Some of the
dude has been putting up stats and has been very, um, just the longevity health wise, and has been very consistent, man. I mean, we're reaching, unheard of territory.
Can you imagine what his stats would be if he had a consistent quarterback for all the years he'd
Man,
been there?
dude, think about it. He started off with Fitzgerald was there, and then Jameis Winston, and then he
Yeah.
finally got a hold of Tom Brady for a couple of years, and now you got Baker Mayfield trying to make it work. Man, salute, man.
Hey, let's talk Raven football.
Okay.
Hey, brother, let me tell you something. Um, barring an injury, barring an injury, and if Lamar don't start wanting to adopt his game and mimic somebody else, I don't see anybody standing in the Ravens' way of getting to the Super Bowl.
Don't do this, man. Don't jinx
Doc,
this,
Doc,
man.
Doc, Doc, I'm just gonna tell you because when the Ravens are operating on all four cylinders, man, y'all are tough out because the Ravens can match up and play anybody's style. But the key to the Ravens, though, you have got to you have got to keep the game close going into the fourth quarter. You can't get down. The Ravens cannot get down, say 10, 14 points going into the fourth quarter because then that takes King Henry off the table. You know what I'm saying?
It does. And the bad part about it is if our Achilles heel is our offensive play calling and our pass defense.
You don't think Monk?
Really,
You,
a
you,
lot of
you
teams.
you don't think Monk is doing a pretty good job?
He is, but the problem is in certain situations, he does. You can almost bank sometimes that the Ravens aren't going to stick to their bread and butter, and that's my only concern is when we play Kansas City in the playoffs. It always happens, and he even did this the first game of the season. Ran the ball first possession, took 7.5 minutes off the clock, scored a touchdown with Henry. That should have been the game plan going forward. Like last year in the AFC Championship, we only ran the ball 6 times. That's
Right.
not how we win the game. Why are we always taken out of our element? So that's our Achilles heel. And then let's just pray our secondary doesn't get exploited. And we can't allow Justin Tucker to be under any pressure.
Justin Tucker, mother. Oh, I can't say it. But and that's my whole thing, man. Is that when I look at the Ravens and I'm talking Raven football, is if Lamar doesn't get caught up into playing the type of football, say, get into like a shootout with a Josh Allen, or get into a shootout with that man whose name we shall not mention. If he don't get into a shootout with those guys and say, okay, we're going to stick with what we, in other words, we're going to impose our will on you instead of saying, oh, you know what? He's got a gun. I'm pulling out my gun. We just going to, no, that's not Raven football. Raven football is, hey, look, we're gonna feature this run game, and then we keeping this score close. And if it's close in the end of the third, the fourth quarter, bruh, you giving a big old dose of King Henry. Those are your vitamins, man. Whether you like them or not, you getting your vitamins. But it's just that if you get behind by 10 points or more going into the second half, then that takes King Henry off the table. And then Lamar he gets to be a superhero. And now there's gonna be times that you need him to make a play to keep that run game going. But you cannot come out and like, we just gonna feature Lamar Jackson 4 quarters, bro.
You can't, but you got to make sure you incorporate everybody you have. I mean, this is the thing. We've taken the pressure off of both Lamar and Derrick Henry as far as their workload with both having them together. And now, hey, bro, it's 3 games left. If that, everybody's only guaranteed 1 in the playoffs.
But you know what?
But
we
got to go all out.
Now,
we got to go all out, man.
Now, when it comes to your receiving core, believe it or not, I think I'm trying to think of the young man's name, not Flowers. I think the other receiver is more important.
Bateman?
Yes, I think he's more important to what you guys do than Flowers. Because Flowers, to me, he's like that Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? You can't drive it every day. But, when the sun is out, when you got your guns out, you can drive the Lamborghini, but you got to park that bad boy. But when it comes to Bateman, man, he is, it seems to me like he can run all the routes on the route tree, and he ain't just.
He is. And he's gotten a whole lot better. The thing is, Zay Flowers has a little bit more home run hitting speed.
Yes,
the problem with him, of course, there's some drop issues, fumble issues as we saw. And I just hope they said he had like a bone bruise on his knee.
Yes.
So we'll see. But to me, our best receiver pass catching wise is Isaiah Likely, as far as like a pass catching option, even though he plays tight end. Mm-hmm. So we're really gonna have to go to him because he can create more separation with his routes than a Mark Andrews can. Mm-hmm. I hope we have everything at our disposal, man.
But I just know sometimes for me, it seems to me like Bateman keeps those chains going. It's like, okay, boom.
He does, because Bateman knows how to run his routes and find those holes in the zone.
Right in the zone. He's sitting right there, right. Lamar, here I am. Throw it, boom. He falls down. He got 8. Boom, he falls down. Ooh, he got 10. He got 6. Them chains keep going. Then you come back with the read option, Lamar breaking loose. Now people are starting, okay, where's Bateman? Here comes Lamar. And then it opens the opportunity for Flowers to hit you deep. And but I just know, man, to me, the best defense that you guys got is a good offense. Because think about it, bro. If you playing your offense, you can have a suspect defense, But yeah, bro, that's what I think. So now, give me your opinion on the whole playoffs, bro. Because hey, everybody's in now, bro. We know who's in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, man. So I'm looking at it. Let me start with the AFC. The AFC first game, of course, Kansas City got a bye. Buffalo is going to end up playing Denver. I got Buffalo winning that. Dallas plays Pittsburgh. Baltimore plays Pittsburgh. I got us winning that. However, it's dangerous playing the same team 3 times. Houston got Chargers. I might have to give that to the Chargers, man. They playing some good ball. But ultimately, second round, I got the Chargers versus Kansas City, Baltimore and Buffalo. Got Baltimore winning that. And then I got us going to Arrowhead, man, and winning that one, bro. Let's see, on the NFC side, depends on tonight. I think Detroit is going to win because they need to. They got too many people on IR. They need that extra break. They need that extra that extra week. Plus, they play inside of a dome. So you want to have home field advantage because you're so beat up. You don't want to go somewhere like a Philadelphia where it's going to be cold potentially. I got, whoever's going to be that fifth seed is going to beat the Rams. But I got y'all beating Tampa Bay, man. Y'all are a better team. And I got Philly beating the Packers. I'm not going to lie, man. It's going to be tough between y'all and Philly.
No,
it depends who.
That's as far as we going, bro. Look, I'm the host. You my boy. That is look. That is that is as far as we going, bro. And that's all I can ask for, bro. Is win one game, and man, that builds a lot as far as, you know what I'm saying? Because I truly believe now, don't get me wrong. If we get by Philly, hell, I'm gonna be driving the bandwagon, but I'm still realistic too, bro. And I just know that. Now, I don't take today's game into consideration because I know somewhere along the line it was like, okay, can we win without exposing a whole lot? Can we win? Can we kind of cut down on the play call? And now I got a problem with our defense can't stop the run. But as far as the play call, I think they kind of didn't want my boy to go all out a little bit, and then now I didn't agree. But then again, I'm not coaching. I didn't agree with making a quarterback change. But then again, Mariota's solid. He was solid, I think, and so that was a good call. That's why Big Dan gets paid what he gets paid. But I think we'll probably get Tampa Bay, but I don't see us beating Philly again. But here's the thing about when we play Philly, we always get the lead on them. We just choke. Now, now here's what I think may happen though. And as I was telling Jay in Grand Prairie, I said, look, Jay, one thing I know is that when the playoffs come around, the referees got tendencies to let the DBs get away with a little bit more holding. They don't make them tick-tacky calls, so that makes a difference between, getting burned with those chunk yards that hurts us and the Ravens. So if everything stays true to form, then anything is possible. But like I said, though, bro, if we win one game, I'm good with that.
Respect, got to take it brick by brick.
Yeah, shoot, bro, the only way. Now, but I gotta disagree with you on. I think the Vikings are a sleeper team. I think that depending on if they can keep their quarterback from reverting to his old self, so I think they need to take all the mirrors down at his house so he can't see who he really is. But I think they're going to beat Detroit, because I think sooner or later all the injuries are going to start to catch up with the Detroit Lions, man, because as you let the defense play a little bit more physical, I think that's going to start to catch up with them on the defensive side. Now, if I had to go with some teams that I think might end up being one-hit wonders, man, let me give you my team that I think might get put out in the first round. I think number one. I think maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're not playing good football. They limping in. I think they might get susceptible to. They may get put out in the first round. We could get put out in the first round. It all depends on. We could be. It could happen. Detroit could be a first round out, because I guarantee there are going to be some upsets. They're going to be some upsets, brother. But the teams I think that are focused, to me, that seem to be more focused right now are the Ravens, the Bills. I don't think Kansas City is as solid as a team as because I think with them, I think they just not hungry anymore. That's just my opinion. I think they're just not hungry. But that playoff is going to be interesting, my brother. Interesting.
Man, we got a lot of great matchups, man. It's going to be hell of some good football next week.
But I also think my man might be one good hit away from being out too, and that's hurts for the Eagles.
I didn't know the concussion was that serious. He's been out for what, like 3 weeks almost?
Let's see. He this would have been the second week. This would have been, but I think when you got your quarterback just coming back from a concussion, so you're gonna be very judicious as to how you let him play. You know what I mean? They're not gonna have him. He's not gonna run like he normally runs. So I think they'll probably try to rely more on his passing. And he's not a. When you play the Eagles, you got to take you. I'd go down with him beating me passing. If he passes and beat us just from the pocket, hey, I shake the man's hand and say, bro, good, congratulations, keep moving on. But when you start letting him run and start setting up the pass, that's when you're in trouble.
And that's the thing. You can't let them get too comfortable, man, especially with the Eagles, because they can attack y'all from so many ways, man.
Yes.
And if they're clicking with their passing game, especially with y'all secondary, which is y'all biggest weakness, it's gonna be a tough day for y'all, man. Tough day. And at that point, you're depending on going score for score.
And see, and I'm thinking if we can bring and I think my man could have played today, but I think it was just kind of like let's hold him back. I think with my man Lattimore, because like I said, in playoffs, they're going to let him play a little bit more physical, and they're not going to call all those BS calls. So, and if that's the case, then now all of a sudden we can roll over some safety help and maybe help out some of those other knuckleheads because so it's going to be and I'm hoping that Zach Ertz shows up and be and show up and be a and put his name on the game because right now we're going to need that veteran presence to step up and I'm concerned about the running game, bro. It's like, I don't know, Coach, we starting to look like my man that we got rid of as offensive coordinator. Like, look, bro, you got some running back, run the freaking ball, man. But I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting, my boy. It's going to be interesting indeed.
Hella good times, man. This is what we meant for. That's why we play games.
Bro, this is why it's here. It's the playoffs. It's the playoffs.
Like I said, man, my thing is, the Ravens, pound for pound, most talented team. They should win, but it comes down to that situational football, man. Dang. We can't give it up.
Only thing that scares me about the Ravens is sometimes y'all play with y'all food, man. Sometimes you play with your food.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. But I agree.
Sometimes,
and you know, I get mad every time.
Sometimes you got a good steak in front of you, bro. You got some, you got a steak sauce. You got a fork and a knife, bro. That's all you need. Eat your food. Eat your food, dog. But nah, Joker want to look around the room, man. Like, dude, why you playing with the steak sauce, man?
Gotta read the room, my brother. Gotta read the room.
I guess, man. I guess, dog. Hey, man, let me get another call in here, man. Get a word in for what you.
Hey, man. It's the Ravens extraordinaire, Brandon Cooper, man, signing out. Lamar finna win his third MVP in his first Super Bowl. Also, they did my boy Gerard Mayo wrong. Patriots, y'all foul for that. Y'all foul. Y'all hired that man so he could lose, and in the end, you still don't get Travis Hunter. But hey, signing out.
All right, man. Thanks, my boy. All right.
Yes, sir.
That is Jay. That is my man Brandon in Grand Prairie. We. All right. Now, I want you to discover Crown Royal Blended Canadian Whiskey. Patient, fit for a king. Now, they've been making Crown Royal since 1939 and doing an excellent job because it is expertly blended. But if you ever see F.A. Jr. out in the streets and I'm crime fighting, I want you to give me a bottle of Crown Royal. And you know what I'm going to say? Crown me, baby. Now, drink Crown Royal responsibly. And minors, you should never, ever be drinking Crown. All right. Sports therapy.
What's going on, brother?
My homeboy Glenn.
I'm calling in sick tonight.
Homeboy, where you calling me from?
I'm calling you from the great state of Arkansas, but I'm calling in sick tonight.
All right, well, hold on. When you calling sick, hey, let me get you to do something for me. Hang up and call me back because we have a bad reception. Then I'm going to see would it be a lot clearer.
Okay.
All right. All right, that's my homeboy Glenn checking in. Let's see what's on his mind. Because I know he want to talk Steeler football. Sports therapy, that
What's going on, brother?
There we go. There we go. There we go. I don't know what you calling from underneath your bed because you calling in sick. But it's all good.
Yes, I was calling in. I was calling in sick.
Let's
sick
talk.
of them damn Steelers. That's what I'm sick of.
Bruh, let's just hold on. Let me get my cussing bell for you. I got a brand new cussing bell. All right. I should name it Homeboy Glenn. Homeboy Glenn. My personal cussing bell. Homeboy Glenn. The playoffs are here. We know who's gonna play. Just a matter of when and where and who do you play. But we know which teams are in and we know which teams are out. But I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know one team is out.
Yeah, well, they've been out a long time ago, bro. But look,
they've been out a month ago.
Yeah, man. But homeboy Glenn, let me say this to you, bro, because you and I go back as far back as when dinosaurs roamed the earth, brother. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Unless your Steelers got do something different, bro, y'all gonna I can't say that word F around and find out, but y'all
get our ass whooped.
Y'all gonna be a first round out, man.
No, we're going to get our ass kicked up out the first round.
Brother, now you in the Steelers family. What's going on?
Man, listen, man, you know I'm a diehard Steelers fan and forever will be. But, man, they going back to last year, look like. Mike Tomlin and Arthur Smith. And, Russell Wilson, why won't he put Field, at least give him a chance? Hell, he took about the first four guys with 4-2. And you see they slide. He can't hurt them.
All right, man. Let me get my hand wrapped tightly around the cussing bell because I know you finna go.
We ain't one for damn. We ain't one for shit. Mike Tomlin standing there like he's smoking some damn funk ass dope standing on the sideline. Ain't one for damn, man. Can't tackle. I don't know what happened to their defense. I think we over the age in the last 3 or 4 weeks, man. Ain't one for shit, man.
Hey, man.
I ain't got nobody in that secondary. Our secondary is weak as the Redskins. I mean, weak as the Commanders.
Man, I tell you what.
We ain't got shit, man. I don't know what happened, man.
Y'all got people on defense.
And I hate to say it. Go ahead.
Y'all got people on defense standing around watching T.J. Watt play instead of being in action.
Yes, Patrick Queen and Corey Trice. Man, that damn near the whole secondary, man. Patrick Queen, he ain't doing shit in that whole secondary. Ain't hitting no shit, man. We don't have nobody but T.J. Watt.
I'm like, man, come on, Steelers. Come on, Steelers.
No, ain't no come on. We don't have a quarterback unless we get us a consistent quarterback. Russell Wilson had his best days about 5 or 6 weeks ago. It's time for him to retire. Him and Aaron Rodgers ought to go out together.
But now here's the thing, though. Now look, when it comes to Russ, here's the problem that I have is that there were a couple of moon balls that he put right in Pickett's hand and he dropped it.
Man, I will say this here, and I said one ball. I'll tell you again, I'm a diehard Steelers fan. I love him to death. But I wish it was some kind of way we could trade George Pickens. I wish, man, he's the same as Antonio Brown and Deontay Johnson. I mean, he's a talent. To me, he's the top 5 receiver in football, talent-wise. He's right there with Chase and the guy from Minnesota. But, man, he acting like a damn kid out there on the football field, man. Who do you think he is?
All I know, man, is that he is not catching the passes that could to determine some of the drops that he's having, man, is making a difference whether you guys win or lose games. And right now I've said it that y'all need another wide receiver other than him. But, man, I'm talking about, bro, the ball is hitting him right in the hands and he's dropping it.
That's what I'm talking about, man. And Mike Williams, I don't know if they're not playing him. I don't know what the hell going on with him. But, damn, why y'all get him and y'all don't use him?
Now, you know Mike Williams, he's a little long in the tooth, but he's more of a possession type guy now, you know what I'm saying? But You know.
Yeah, but he can go up and get that ball though, but they won't throw it to him.
And when you get inside the red zone, that's when you need to be, Mike Williams, because he's a big body receiver. So from what I was watching, brother, I was like, man, the Steelers, man, y'all offense is conservative as hell. It's like, okay.
It's just like it was the last 3 or 4 years, man. We don't have any. Man, I don't understand. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't understand Mike Tomlin coaching. People say, I hear all them commentators put him up on that pedestal high. For the last 2 or 3 years, I don't know what they're looking at. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm watching different television, different game or some old highlight or something.
Well, here's the thing,
because he ain't doing shit. He ain't did shit the last couple of years. And I'll tell you what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna predict this. He gonna come back next year, but if he don't do nothing, he gone.
Hey, look, I'm not in the Steeler family, so I can't either.
I'm in that son of a bitch, and I hope I'm in that son of a bitch. If they could go and find any kind of offensive minded coach, get his ass up out of there, because that's what's holding us back. I know we've been a defensive team, but man, it's all about scoring points now.
But here's the thing, though, homeboy Glenn. Mike Tomlin, truth be told, he is a defensive minded coach, because he cut his teeth on the defensive side.
Ain't no defense. He's not a defensive minded coach. About the last first part of the year, yeah, but the last 5 or 6 weeks, hell, he ain't been a defensive minded coach. He's standing there looking like he's smoking weed or something, man.
And so here's my thing. Does Mike Tomlin have, as long as he's been there, does he have the authority? Does he have the authority to make those changes and to make those? I mean, can he hire and fire his offensive coordinator, his defensive coordinator? Is that done through the Rooney family?
I think it's done through the Rooney family, because I think he's just standing on the sideline. I don't even think he's the head coach here. He don't even act like a head coach half time. I don't see him making no adjustment or nothing.
And that's my point. It's like, okay, at some point, coach, you got to either put on some headphones and say, okay, look, I'm taking over some of the defensive calling. I'm taking now. You can do that. Hey, look, I'm taking up, or somehow you got to say, okay, look, man, let's run this ball. Let's do something else. But it's almost like, what are we doing? Because Bradshaw called it out, and people got mad at him when he said Mike Tomlin ain't do the damn thing, and people got pissed off at him. But I'm just saying, man.
You said what now?
He said,
what you said, Bradshaw?
Yeah,
said what now?
That Mike Tomlin wasn't.
What you said, Bradshaw?
Yeah, Bradshaw said Mike Tomlin really wasn't doing a lot of coaching.
He's not, man. I'm serious, man. I mean. Man, I'm telling you, man, it's man, when it comes to sports and football and things, it's not about race or anything like that. That man ain't doing shit, man. He ain't doing shit.
Because, see, he's
not doing, man, I'm talking about, if you look at it, man, if you look at our record, man, I know we hadn't had a losing season in 50 years.
Right.
But hell, every year we 8-8, 9-7.
And y'all
10-6, and then shit, we still get.
And y'all ain't won a first-round playoff game in a long time, brother.
Shit, since Obama was president.
it's been a while, bro.
Yeah, man. We don't. Man, we had one of the. Well, that's been many moons ago. But we had a hell of an offense at one time. All of a sudden, when they got rid of Todd Haley and that head coach with Tampa Bay, our offense hadn't been shit since. And man, we don't have no number 2 receiver. We got a 2 good running back.
Right.
But damn, instead of running up the damn Miller, they got the box line of 8 in the box.
Right.
Instead of trying to run up the damn Miller, 33, 34, because he don't have confidence in the quarterback. And then, like you said, you get the ball to pick and he dropped the ball.
I personally think that Fields is a more athletic. Fields give you a little bit more option. Now he ain't as great of a passer as Russ, but I think he gives you more option, because defense have to play the Steelers different when Fields is in there, because of he's a big body, big, fast, strong guy, and he can get the corners and open up that offense. But
yes, he can run the ball. He can run like a running back.
He's a threat. He's a threat to run the
But
ball.
I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you about that MVP race in the NFL.
Okay.
Man, if they give that MVP race to Josh Allen, the people ought to protest, man. Man, Lamar Jackson got video stats, man.
I know.
Shit you see in video games. You don't see no shit like that. There wouldn't even be no contest if people Peyton Manning or Tom Brady with the stats he had this year, and they holler about Josh Allen. Man, Josh Allen ain't close to him in nowhere.
To me, the MVP race for me is Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley, and believe it or not, hell, I got Josh Allen fourth. I got Joe. I got Joe Cool.
I got Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I had Joe Burrow because I'm saying that because hell, he ain't got nothing to work with, no defense. But
he don't have shit.
I had him, and now if Saquon had broken that single season rushing record, then I would have said he deserved to be MVP. Now, but because they're not gonna let him play, they didn't let him play today, and so to me, it goes back to Lamar Jackson. And you're right.
Because man, you think about this. Man. This man got over 4,000 yards, 800 yards rushing, and less than 5 interceptions, man.
Yes.
Man, that is unheard of, man. And this man done played a hell of a man. This guy done played a hell of. He'll play Kansas City. I think he'll play Buffalo, Pittsburgh twice. You know, he done played one of the most difficult schedules in football, man.
Yeah.
Hell, you could get to Derrick Henry before you get to Josh Allen.
Hey, I agree with you on that. To me now, I didn't have Josh Allen in the picture. But now, and I'll be honest with you, I got tendencies to watch more AFC football, and then on the NFC side, you know, I'll usually roll with the Steelers and the Ravens. And, you know, I watch Cincinnati. So I don't watch a lot of Bills football. And it all depends on who they're playing. And, you know, sometimes I do try to watch as much as I can so I can be able to comment. But I don't watch a lot of Bills football. Now I watch a lot of Kansas City Chiefs football. And as far as AFC teams, I don't watch a whole lot of Seattle. But sometimes I just catch myself watching them because – but from what whenever I see the Bills play – there's nothing about what Josh Allen does that just jump off the board to me and say, oh, man, he's having an MVP type season. But when I'm watching Lamar Jackson, I see that cat do some things, man. I'm like, wow, you know, and like you said.
Man, to me, hey, man, I'm going to tell you, man, that dude right there, man, if he stay healthy and don't retire, man, ain't no telling how many Super Bowls they might get.
Well,
because he gonna get multiple Super Bowls.
Well,
it's just a matter of time. Just hope he don't get hurt.
Well, here's the thing. Like I tell everybody else, you can be the best quarterback it is, but you still have that 3 to 4 year window to get it done. If you don't get it done, if you don't get it done between that time, ain't gonna happen because all the other dynamics come in there. You could be a good quarterback, but guess what? If you don't get it done in those 3 or 4 years, now all of a sudden the offensive line start to get old. That offensive line that's been protecting you, all of a sudden they start to get old. Them guys on defense, you got to start paying them. They start to get old. Your receivers want more money. Folks, you know what I'm saying? That's why once your team rise to the top, you got 4 years to get it done. And if you don't, then all that other stuff started to set in. Look at how the 49ers just fell off the cliff because they were inside that window. And in the physical way that they play, I knew that they couldn't keep that up no more than 3 or 4 years. Guys started to get hurt. Guys started to want more money. Guys started to leave. A lot of stuff. So this is the year for me that the Ravens have got to win the Super Bowl because Derrick Henry ain't no young man, even though he playing his butt off, but he's still 30-something years old. So, but at some point,
what you think? How did they receiver come out? Zay Flowers. Is he okay?
Yeah, he pretty much have a bone bruise, man. That's basically all it is. But as I was telling um one of my callers, I said to me, the most important receiver that they got is really Bateman because he's the one. He's quiet, but he's the one that keeps those chains going. Now Flowers is your home run hitter, you know. But he's because Flowers is not that big of a guy. He's a speed guy, you know, and he'll burn you if you're not careful. But Bateman is man, he keeps the chain going, man. And when he was out,
And
go ahead.
I'm gonna show you another difference. Early in the year, Baltimore defense was kind of average. Like, they were getting burnt in the secondary. They were running on them a little bit. Man, but they don't tighten that defense up now, man.
I'll tell you what they did.
And see, that's the difference between them and Pittsburgh.
I'll tell you what
Baltimore defense tightened up.
I'll tell you what they did because they talked about it Saturday when they was playing. What they did, they rotated, keep a few positions. They brought in a guy that wasn't getting any time, and they moved him to safety. And because they talked about it, they looked and said, "Hell, we lose. We got to make some changes here." So they moved some key players around and kind of got that defense playing solid. And that's what you got to do. And that's what worries me about the Steelers. It's like, okay, coach, y'all seeing this? Why are no changes being made? It's like nobody's making any
changes, man.
Same old.
Man, I won't be surprised. Man, who they play in the first round? Baltimore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Y'all play.
Yeah, we'll be at home. When they play Saturday?
I think so. Yes.
Yep, we'll be at home Saturday.
Y'all play. Yeah. Yeah.
We got to get that defense. We got to get some defensive back, and we got to get some. We got to get a quarterback, man, and a receiver. We damn near need it. Really, we damn near. We right there in rebuilding.
But y'all reckon it's too good for y'all to get a top notch quarterback because there ain't a lot of good ones in the draft. So then you got to look at who is going to be available out there that could play for the Steelers. I'll be honest with you, Glenn. I don't think there's anything wrong with Fields. I just didn't like.
There's nothing wrong with Fields. It's not Fields. It's the coach.
Yeah, but it's almost like
it's the coaching, man.
Yeah, I think I think you guys probably need to maybe shore up your DBs. Maybe go out there and get your veteran DB, either corner or safety, kind of solidify that, and get you another receiver, say a Higgins, even though we want him. Get you somebody like a Higgins.
But man, we had a chance. We had a chance to get Bates from Atlanta. We could have got Simmons. Hell, we could have even got Gilmore. Mm-hmm. But man, I don't understand what the hell they thinking about that shit we got back in the backfield now. Can't cover shit. Man, Micah Fitzpatrick, hell, he made the Pro Bowl. They must have just actually punched his name on the computer because he ain't did shit this year. He ain't did a damn thing. And man, I'm talking about I don't know how in the hell he made the Pro Bowl. He haven't did shit. And you know what? It makes me think what Baltimore was smart about getting rid of Patrick Queen.
Yeah, because he was terrible.
Because he ain't did shit.
He was terrible for them.
Yeah, he ain't doing shit.
Nah, Patrick Queen was terrible. Because I can tell you,
he garbage, man.
I was talking to Brandon. He was so happy to give it to Patrick Queen, boy. It's like, man, yeah.
Well, you tell Brandon, whoever he is, they can have that son bitch back because he ain't worth a damn. Then we'll give it back to him. Then we'll trade him for a manager, ball boy. Tell him we'll give him the ball boy. Let us get his ball boy. Because he ain't worth a damn. He the one screwed our damn defense around. They bought his ass over there. And I'm thinking we got some here. They'll fool the hell out of me.
And what was funny was I just don't see this. I mean, y'all ain't playing Steeler football, homeboy. Steeler football is just like I used to look forward to watch you guys play Baltimore, but the last couple of games, man, they just like they been manhandling the Steelers. They're like, come on, man, come on.
Man, not only Baltimore, everybody manhandling us, man. Shit, even hey, I wouldn't be surprised. Goddamn it, we could beat Penn State or Notre Dame right now.
And y'all had no business getting beat by the Bengals, bro. I was like,
Oh,
come on, man.
hey, man, hey, we don't. Hey, man, blitzing on defense used to be one of our things,
Yes.
Man, we don't
Y'all,
even blitz the football no more, man.
Y'all used to blitz on every play. I don't care what you gonna.
Hey, and I still say this today. We screwed up when we got rid of that defense coordinator with the Minnesota Vikings. Now,
man, I don't know.
They should have let that guy go neither, man.
Whew. But I can tell you this, brother. Oh, I can take a big old sigh of relief, bro, because I can go to work tomorrow and wear my Jaden Daniels outfit because, man, we beat them dastardly Cowboys today, bro. And the thing about it,
man,
bro,
I want to say this before you get off the radio, man.
Go ahead.
Y'all got y'all big time quarterback, man. Y'all got y'all one. Y'all got y'all a good one too, man. I got to congratulate you on y'all quarterback.
Now,
I think he's right up. I think he had a better season than C.J. Stroud.
Oh yeah.
And I want to say one thing. I know man, Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young slowly improving again.
Man, Bryce Young has pretty much told them that, hey, I'm the man. So I think Carolina's gonna be okay at quarterback next year, man. Now they just need to surround him.
Yeah, they do.
They just need to surround him with what he needs for him to be more successful. Get him an offensive line, get him some receivers.
Yeah, because he done turned it around, man.
Yeah. It's starting to all fall in place for him. But from what we played today, and I was watching the game, and I'm looking at the game. First of all, I'm frustrated because we got guys dropping. Because I think the goal was for us to let Jaden play, get a big lead, and bring in Marcus Mariota without exposing Jaden to a lot of hits, because it's like, okay, we don't want to get him hurt for the playoffs. And only problem was our receivers, man. Them cats, the ball was hitting them right. And one dude, Glenn, he was so open. There was nobody within 40 yards of him. I seen
that play, man.
It was a gadget play.
I thought I'd jump up there. I wish I could have jumped up and slept it.
Man,
wide open, man. Dropped that damn ball.
Dropped the ball. Terry McLaurin dropped some short touchdown, and so
couple of them.
And that's when they said, you know what, the Cowboys trying to hang in there and play as tough as they can. Let's just go on, pull my boy. And I said, okay, if we just down 63, eventually, we'll probably end up beating them. But let's just go ahead and pull my boy up out of there. And so we did manage to get that win. But and as I was telling Brandon, I said now, we could either be a first round out, or we can make a little noise in the playoffs. It all depends on how we play. And if Marshall,
you all got a team that can play. I mean, y'all not bad. You all not bad at all.
No,
not bad. No.
But hey,
man, somebody go get upset in that NFC. Detroit, Philadelphia.
It's going to be upset, homeboy Glenn. But hey, my boy, it is time for me to wrap it and cap it, bro. All right, it is time to bring the big top to an end. From my homeboy Glenn, calling from the great state of Arkansas, to Brandon from D1 Ignorant University. Also for Jay in Grand Prairie, I like to thank all those. And I like to thank you. And I like to thank the Country Kennys. And all those that allow me to be me. And for those on the yard, stay golden, everybody. We'll see you next week.